Welcome to Bill's Bridge class. Sunday, September 1st, 2013. Class 149. Card Reading, Part 1. By popular request, I'm going to begin a series on card reading. Card reading is the ability to determine where key cards and/or distribution are, either by the defender or by the declarer. We'll begin by concentrating on the placement of specific high cards. Here we go.
The ability to determine where certain key cards are and how the distribution lies in a particular hand is attributed to a skill that is developed over a period of time. There are many inferences you can pick up from the bidding and from the play. There are also leads you can get by the actions of the opponents or your partner, but those are not ethical. I'll stick with the ethical ones. Begin by remembering an opening bid shows a certain value and distribution. So does a preempt or an overcall. Likewise, when someone fails to open or preempt, he has limited his hand. When opener's partner fails to respond, you know that he is weak. Has anyone had an opportunity to double, but they didn't? That says something also. Has partner indicated a willingness to compete or defend? Your partner is probably the most critical part of your team, more important than you, provided you are in tune to what he is telling you. Begin also with inferences from the play of the hand once the play begins. Start with the opening lead. The opening lead of an honor has an implication based on certain conventions that your opponents play. It implies the defender's holding in that suit. Check their cards if in doubt. An opening lead of a low card usually indicates opening leader has no honor sequence in that suit, or he may have no honor sequence in another suit as well. He's going to try to pick the most appropriate lead. If the opening leader does not lead his partner's suit, he probably has a reason for doing so. He might be void, for example. And likewise, if the opening leader does not lead the suit that he led, he also may have a reason. Typically, it's an honor sequence. One of the things I suggest you do as declarer is have a set way of doing things each time you are declarer and you sit down and the opening lead is made. You have to go through a thought process. Here's a simple one. Estimate the strength of the hands at the table based on the bidding and what you see from declare your hand and the dummy. Visualize the approximate distribution of the suits based upon that bidding, and add to that the opening lead. As declarer, examine that opening lead and try to guess the defender's strategy, not only in that suit, but in the hand as a whole. The lead will tell you something about that suit, but it also tells you what that opening leader is planning on doing. What does the lead say about the suit led? Think of the rule of 11, think of honors, or of shortness. And also, before calling dummy's card, even though you might have the right play for the suit, consider the hand as a whole. Develop a plan of how to play the hand before you call for a card from dummy's hand. Take up to 30 seconds, maybe more, to be sure that you have a strategy in mind before you call for the card from the dummy. Our hands, and you need to make inferences as declarer. Hand number 1. This is your hand. Dealer is west. East-west are vulnerable, and the bidding goes pass, pass, 3 clubs by east, and you bid 4 spades. All pass. Dummy comes down as west leads the ace of hearts. East plays the 10. West continues with the king and the queen. As East continues with the 3 and then pitches the king of clubs on trick 3. West now continues with a club to your ace. What is your plan? Well, let's try to figure this hand out. Here's the hand. The opponents have already cashed 3 hard tricks. So you must win all the remaining tricks. You pulled trump in one round, so each opponent had one spade. Now the real question in this hand is, who has the queen of diamonds? You ought to be able to figure it out. Let's do that. You know that West began with the ace, king, queen of hearts, and you know that he had 5. You also know that he had a singleton spade. But West was the dealer, and he originally passed. If he had the queen of diamonds, the ace, king, queen of hearts, and a singleton spade, most players would open one heart. He didn't. Therefore, the queen of diamonds must be with East. How do you play this hand? Play the ace of diamonds and a diamond to the 10. That's how it works. 2 as declarer in placing honors. This is your hand. Dealer is West. Both sides vulnerable, and the bidding goes 1 heart by West. Your partner passes 2 hearts by East. You come in with 2 spades. Goes pass. Your partner raises to 4, and everyone passes. Okay. Dummy comes down, and West leads the king of hearts. East plays the queen. West continues a heart to East jack. That's a convention. East plays a 3rd round, which you trump. What's the situation? You pull trump in 3 rounds. You might as well. East started with jack 7-6. Now put on your thinking. This hand is similar in some ways to the first hand. You need to place the diamond honors. Let's look at the hands. The contract's 4 spades. You've lost 2 hearts already, and you're certainly going to lose at least 1 diamond. How do you play the diamond suit? You know that East had queen jack 3rd of hearts, and he raised partner's heart opening. The only outstanding honors are the ace and queen of trump. So opener has 5 hearts and an opening bid, and he must have the ace, king of hearts. But he does have an opening bid. Let's try to put the hands together and see where the diamond honors might be. Here are the hands again. We're in 4 spades. We've got to fathom the diamond suit. Let's draw the 2 hands. We know that West started with 5 hearts to the ace, king. We're missing the ace and the queen of diamonds. We don't know where they are. But you know that he started with 2 spades, so that leaves 6 cards in the minor suits. East, we know, started with queen jack 3rd of hearts and jack 3rd of spades. And he also raised his partner's bid. He's got to have something besides what he has there, or he would not have raised hearts. And West has to have something besides ace, king of hearts to open. How can the honors be separated? West has to have the ace of diamonds in order to have an opening bid. And because of that, East must have the queen of diamonds in order to raise. Therefore, the hand must be as shown on the next. This must be the actual layout. Notice, West has to have the ace of diamonds in order to have an opening bid. If you just had the queen of diamonds, that hand would be really light for an opening 1 heart bid. And East has to have something in diamonds in order to raise hearts. The only possibility is as shown. With that in mind, we know how South has to play the hand. The winning play on this hand is to get to the dummy, probably after the 3rd round of spades, lead a diamond, finessing the jack. Make your contract.
Card reading isn't all magic. It has to do with concentration, counting, and observation. Tomorrow we're going to have a similar situation, but tomorrow we're going to try to place the honors based upon the defender. As a defender, how do we figure out what declare is up to? See you tomorrow.